Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher, a spiritual teacher, teacher of spiritual things and mystical things, and so much more. So part of that so much more is that I do these reads, monthly reads for this, star signs, horoscope signs, whatever you choose to call them, now I'm up to Cancer. So this is for the cat read for Cancer for the month of April 2020, and we are in day 9 of the isolation or lockdown period here in New Zealand. So I would just like to welcome you all to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, or my Facebook page if you're watching this on Facebook. So please either subscribe to my channel and or like or follow my page. That would be awesome, to catch up on, or keep in touch with what I'm, what content I'm bringing up, or, putting up for you or everybody. And, with what Spirit have to share and what comes up that, I feel, you need to share, and anything else that comes up. So that I feel like you might need to know or is worth sharing anyway. So yeah, just a reminder that these reads are general reads. So please, take from it what resonates and leave what doesn't. So if it does resonate with you, wonderful. If it doesn't, just leave it out. Don't try and make it fit. Have a look at one of your other signs. So this read is, suitable for Cancer under the sign of the sign Cancer. If it's in your moon, sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs for you. Like I said, check out one of the others if this doesn't quite fit. And if you don't know what your other signs are that you fall under, then check out the link that's below. That will take you to a website that has a calculator in it, and so that should take you right to the calculator, and where you can find out what your other signs are for you, and it will just give you a little bit more of a balanced outlook, depending on where you are in life. So like for instance, for some of those, I feel like I need to share this. I follow my sun sign more so, which is Gemini. But if something doesn't fit right with in a reading that I've looked at, even one of my own readings for Gemini, I'll check it out and I'll see check out one of the other ones. So my moon, rising, or Venus sign to see what might give me some more clues in there as well, and some more assistance. Okay, so anyway, when I work with Spirit, and I work in this way, I'm always asking, what each star sign most needs to know right now. And of course, I've been asking what Cancer most needs to know right now in this month of April 2020. So anyway, I'm going to start. Starting off with these moon cards, the Moonology cards at the moment. With this month, it seems to be a theme that's been coming through. And I've called in the cards that have fallen out with you, Cancer, for this month, or could be a theme for you, is adjustments are required, and it's in the third moon quarter. Now I feel like we're not in the third moon quarter, are we, at the moment? I think we're in the first. Let me think. No, yeah, we're in the first. So we've just come out of the first quarter, just looking at it. But on the third moon quarter, we're going into the new moon. So it says adjustments are required. So it may be that you're needing to, even though we're going into a full moon phase, like physically, like right now in this time, and so we're nearly there. So it is a good time in this phase, the first quarter phase, to begin new projects, or look at these new projects and start making them, creating them. So for some of us, we're not going to be, even though we're working from home, we're not going to be able to physically get in there, but we can, contact others and make things happen in that way, or we can begin to write things down, our plan in that sort of senses, to some ideas about what we have, or what we have in our mind, maybe in the past that we haven't, or you haven't haven't started yet or created yet. The seed has been planted. It may be that you might not have had time to do that, or to go any further with it, because you've chosen to do this idea or chosen to run with this project and that sort of thing. So it may be now is the time to pull that seed a bit closer to you and really investigate or research, or put some energy into it, and a bit more thought and intuitiveness in there as to where you can run with it going into the future. So when this whole debacle, in a way, I'm not making fun of it or making light of it, but everything that's going on at the moment, when things start to when we start to be able to physically get out there in the community, into the world, we can begin to run with it. So, but I'm saying that this card here, so that's like the physical side of it, like right now and here, but this card here is like telling you, there are adjustments that are required. So, and that's in the third moon quarter. So I'm just going to read that. I've got put that there. Oh, hang on a moment, I'll just put that there so you can see it. And I might just turn my laptop around so there you can see that better. Okay, and I will read that actually because there are obviously some adjustments to be made, and I feel like it's more to do with projects and plans that you have put in place. And then because typically going into the third phase is a time to wrap up old projects, so which kind of makes sense at the end. At the end of the day, we're in a time that we can wrap up some old projects and some old thoughts and feelings and conflicts, and find closure to certain things that have been in our lives. So I'm just going to read this one at the third quarter moon in this book. So it's a new set of cards to me, so excuse me while I find this explanation that is in this book, because it's not, let me see, here we go, no we don't, it's beautiful moon, okay, we've got super moon, blue moon, okay, it's not coming out, it's not falling out, so I don't want to spend all my time with looking for it, or too much time looking for it, but if it just fell out, I was going to say, yep, I'll read it, but it's not going to fall out. Tell a big fat lie. Okay. Third quarter moon. There we go. No, it's not. Oh, there we go. Third quarter moon. Here we go. So that may be something that is actually that, on saying that Spirit just made me aware that maybe it's like, here we go. No, it's not. But, that sort of energy that's around you at the moment. And with your ideas, and it's like there's a like toing and froing and humming and like harring and that sort of thing, and looking for something that's that is actually there, but maybe you're in your head when you're looking for it. So when we're in our head and we're looking for it, or when you're looking for it, we don't often see it, and it's right there. So while you're flicking through the pages, there may be something in there that you may be missing, that there is a little bit of information. Just stop and look, have a look and see what it is that it may be that you may be missing something in there. So I'm hoping that this isn't too dark. So anyway, adjustments are required in the third quarter moon. I'm just going to read the basic, the first part of it. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is a lot of negativity you need to let go of this. Sorry, I read that a little bit wrong. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change, of course, is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis now which will remind you that what you want and what it's time. Hang on a minute. Which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. I think it's meant to say what is time to let go on that side. So And basically, this is a re-evaluating situation, and it's kind of like, and I just, reminded that it reminds me of even myself and the way that my work is changing, and I know there are going to be other changes in the way that I work, and and it's in the way that I'm going to be moving through, after this. And it'll be interesting to see what comes up when we Spirit take me on my journey, and, where I allow myself to go on this journey in the future. Okay, so there, adjustments are required. So, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And also the waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum. So I wouldn't be surprised that even though like the adjustments was the first card out, that is maybe where you are right now. And so by the end of April, because this is today is the 3rd of April that I'm making this video. So it may be that I get a strong feeling that if by the end of the month, or going into May, you will have figured out actually a little bit more about what is happening for you personally. So it's like, don't really worry about too much about what the world is doing or up to at the moment. It's just thinking about where you are and what your plan is, and of course you're going to be thinking about the greater, bigger picture of what the rest of the world is going. But we're in this amazing special time now to be able to like sit and contemplate, or walk and contemplate, or do things around the house and contemplate, clean around and contemplate. Without having to overthink too much else. And it means that there will be changes if we choose to go there or not, and to make them. And so there'll be, there's that sort of thing. I'm just going to make a note over there. So the other thing is, when I went into this I did a quick tune in, and I do a quick meditation. So to gather the energies who are going to be working with me as I bring through this energy. And I found myself actually bringing this green, wanting to put this green all over me. And I am wearing black, I know, but and I like black, but I felt like I needed to, not just for me, but also for you. And it's about, and I feel like Archangel Raphael is very much here around us at this time. And I feel like this is maybe some of you will be able to resonate with this, that you may be working with Archangel Raphael. And he's here to support us, support you, support us. And they're also talking about spirit, also talking about colour, bringing more colour into your life. And some of you may be already doing that, and that's wonderful and amazing. But those of you who aren't, it's just reminding you to bring some colour into your life. So these are just bits of material that I have that I do use for exercises when we're doing some energy work and psychic sort of stuff anyway. So, and I felt like I really wanted to bring this pink out. And so for me, Archangel Michael connects with pink for me, as well as the green. Okay, normally it's emerald green, but I mean I like emerald green, but there's this green here that seems to be resonating, and he's popped through anyway. Green, and it's just like, I don't feel like it matters if it has to be exactly emerald green. It's whatever green that is looks right with you, feels right with you, your energy resonates with it, is the right green for you to have around you. Okay, so anyway, the other part of, as I was prepping was there was like a monk, okay, or a monk energy, and he, as I was, taking that deep breath in. So he's just encouraging you to keep up with the meditation and share what you know with others, okay? And by leading the way, like some of you may not be fully into this sort of work, but and that's okay. But it's really, taking that deep breath in, smelling the roses, as per se. But anyway, he handed this, puts his hand together, and he handed this big ball of light, this big ball of energy. So I feel like there's a big lot of energy around you that will come to you. But there's also, and there's that feeling of a gift. So a gift is coming of some sort to you. So I feel like there's a lot of energy in that gift, and it's just going to help you to lift your spirits, okay? Lift your energy and lift the way that you are, and it'll be an amazing clue for you for where you next need to be going in this lifetime, and during this phase. Even it could be like next need to be going could be happen in an hour, could happen, and from watching this video, could be happening straight after this video where you get your clue. I don't know, but it's like just allow, don't push it away. It's just like investigate it. Research it and sit with it. So the energy that they have there with you, for you, and it's like I hope you receive it, and I know I did, and I just brought it to me and put it around me, and it's just really helped lift my energy even, but also when I say lift it, it cleared some stuff and brought into that beautiful place of stillness and knowingness and oneness, okay? And so it's really beautiful. So then I was able to, get going again. So anyway, so the next card that come out is this card from Archangel Michael's deck, and it's address that which holds you back and off from what you were doing. I've got to yes, yeah, okay, there's two, okay, I'm hearing two actually. Address that which holds you back, and then I'm seeing back off, okay? So it may be that you may be going into something and you are addressing it, and then it may be that you need to back off, address it, back off. And maybe by backing off, for some of you, it'd be backing off maybe is what you need to address. So you may be needing to address within yourself why it is, about something, why you're going in to do something, doing something the way that you are. So, with someone, or something, why you keep holding it. So it's addressing that which holds you, okay? And it may be that it's like you need to back off from it, because it could be that it may be drama that you've brought it into. They're giving me a little that sort of thought and feeling that's coming through with that. So and that's what they mean, address why are you getting into that drama when it's not even your flipping drama. And it may be that you're already thinking exactly what I just said, why am I getting into this drama? It's not even mine. So, but you still go in. So it's like now it's time to pull yourself away from that drama. And also there's something else. It could be you that's creating the drama. So back off, and it's because it serves you no purpose for your highest good. And this is what Archangel Raphael is here to help us to, figure out what these things are, that, why these habits, these subconscious, habits that we have, and, belief systems that we have that, we go in there. So something, it's now a time of untraining ourselves from going there and being more mindful and conscious is a big, and aware of what we are doing. And our conscience tells us that. And so if we're not listening to our conscience and, because that's an amazing, guide for us that sometimes at times we don't listen to it. We don't listen to it. And it's a part of our intuition that is telling us something is not quite right. Doesn't sit right within us. And we maybe need to look at that. Okay? So, anyway, we're just going to go with that one. We're going to wind that one up with that one. There's a lot that come out of that. So, anyway, I'm drawn to the tarot cards right now. So, moving on from that. Wow, energy has just changed again. So there is a lot there. So your energy is gaining momentum. So, and which is like, oh, that makes sense. I've just looked back at the card that got me. So putting two and two together. Hello. So that energy that was gifted to you, will utilize it, because your energy, it will help you, to gain momentum with your energy. So, okay, there's three cards that have fallen out. I'm going to go to the one that's up. Okay, that's face up first. Okay, so difficulties in becoming free from restraint. So If for some of you it may be, not all of you. The Eight of Swords is here, and so there. And look at it. She's surrounded herself with all these swords, and the swords is, is the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So, there may be something in there for you. One of the other signs that I talked about that may be having a wee look at that, what do you call it, that chart, that link that takes you there to help you calculate what your other signs are. You may want to look at it because it may be you may have an element of air in there with you, for you. So that may help you to understand, what's going on, give you some more clues and assist you to move forward or move away, cut ties or whatever. But it's at the end of the day, this goes back to you, because the swords is about, thoughts and words and, actions, the actions that we take from our thoughts and life challenges. But it's also about communicating your ideas and making decisions, asserting your power as well. So it's kind of, on that mental, emotional level, and our consciousness, which is, pretty much what we were talking about earlier before. But it's you've restrained yourself in that. So it's like looking outside of that, coming outside of that way of thinking or being, and what you know now, and how you can move. Oh, temperance. So cooperation and sharing. So this comes after that. So there's some sort of a breakthrough. Because it may have, it's with the temperance coming through because it's a major arcana card. So, and look at the rainbow. So there must be some sort of a breakthrough, which is where this Buddha energy comes in, sharing this energy with you, gifting you that energy and that insight that is, that is coming to you, or that is there. You may have already received it, and you may have just received it right now when watching this video. But there is definitely, like, this angel puts their foot in this puddle. So there's something that there's feeling and clearing and cleansing, the feeling energy there with that connecting is kind of what I'm feeling, and finding balance, because all of the elements are there. There's earth, wind, fire that are in this picture. So there's some sort of balance there that you find that you come about within with yourself, for yourself. Cool. But it means that there is something that you somewhere along the line you're able to, like, come together, cooperate, not with spirit if you're into this work, or with family or friends, or with just in general cooperate, in a community, or in a group, or in the family, as we're in this isolation period at the moment here in New Zealand. So and whether you are not, you may still be in a quarantine of some sort, or I don't know, but there's some sort of balance that comes about. It's just going in there and allowing yourself to find it, and allowing yourself to create it. At the end of the day, it's up to us if to make it happen. Oh my gosh, cool! This is really cool, because you know what? We have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is an authority figure who is firm fear. And I just kind of feel like you end up getting to that point in the end. So because you've looked at yourself, you've figured it out, and I'm just going to hold these cards up. You have figured it out. You will. If you allow yourself to go there, you'll figure it out. You'll get there. Because I'm just seeing you on like if you have a look at this picture, sorry if it's a little bit dark, this one, but you see his feet are on that red cushion, so he's grounded. He's grounded. He's got the purple cape on. He's, in between heaven and earth. So he's grounded. He's still in touch with himself, with the spiritual side. He's got the sword up, ready to cut off any. Okay, I'm hearing like cutting off any like negative thoughts or self-sabotage or anything that stops him from moving forward in the direction that he wants to go, but he's sitting firm in his crown, with his crown on, in his chair, in his throne. And he's upright, he's got blue, so he's ready to communicate, he's ready to move on, okay? Because it's very, for me, blue is very much Archangel Michael. And there's butterflies on the front of his chair and butterflies behind him, so there's a sense of freedom there. He's freed himself of whatever holds him back. So there may be that for some of you, you know, when I'm reading this, it's maybe that you need to bring in that energy to help you to move into that. So there's that sort of energy with the King of Swords energy there, is having, be firm with yourself to get to this point, but also be fair with yourself, be kind to yourself, because this didn't happen overnight. You know, not the way that you're thinking. It's we get caught up in in the rest of the world and things like that. Okay. So anyway, so by the end of the month, I wouldn't be surprised, if you have figured it out for you, with this movement within yourself, basically, and how you're going to handle that. But also not just now, but afterwards as well. It's like you're going to see the bigger picture. Also. Awesome. So there's the thinking man. Now, this was upside down when I picked it up, so I'm just going to put it upside down, but I'm going to turn it up the correct way. And it's number 46. So the thinking man, what am I getting with the thinking man? Now, he's looking at this, and he's thinking and he's wondering what is going on. So I feel like there may be a male energy in your life that is doing that. So I'm turning it up the right way. So there may be some sort of resistance with some of yous that is not allowing this person to either come into your life or contribute in some way. So you may be a little bit closed off to some of these ideas or thoughts. So maybe that there may be a King of Swords that's in your life, just to to clarify that or move, bring that into perspective. There may be a King of Swords that's in your life that can help you, show you the way, okay, or help you. It's like sometimes people will come and they push the button or poke the bear, whichever way you look at it, and we react or we respond in a way, and it's like, okay, hang on a minute, maybe I need to address that. So sometimes that's what people will do to us to help us make us grow or shift out of the space that we find ourselves in, So the thinking man. So I feel like it may be that you need to let someone in or allow someone in to in the sense of allow to see it as a learning, okay, and not to, even though you may not see what this person irritates you, why they irritate you, or whatever, or what is it may not necessarily be an irritation for you. It may be something else that you're looking at that it might irritate you but not them. Whatever it is, it's like have a look, flip it around and have a look within at the same time. This is all part of that shift, the healing. No, he's number 46 in the deck. So number 4 is about security and foundation. So security. Okay, I'm taking a deep breath there. So security. So maybe maybe a little bit of an issue for you in the way that you're thinking. So just allow, there's something there to do with security, but there's and foundation, and knowing that at the moment, and having but for some of you, not all of you, in creating one, okay, and being in a firm one, okay. But like they're saying, if you look at all this, it's like now there may be some adjustments you need to that are required to recreate that and to work you through that, because and you're starting to get your head you'll get your head around it. But and so there's that quiet and that silence. So this is what this is where the meditation would be really good, and going in there with the purpose of with a purpose not asking too many questions, just like going in there and saying, what do I most need to know right now? What is, what steps do I, what are the best steps for me to take now? Or what is the next step for me to take? So you're kind of keeping it not too open and broad, but, being, in some ways I'm hearing specific. I'm hearing specific, be quite specific, but not asking, not looking for a yes or a no answer, but it's like ask a question and don't ask any more. Otherwise, there's going to be a barrage, and you're going to end up getting a whole lot of answers, and and then your mind's going to be more effed up with that, because you're not going to know which answer that they've actually answered, which question that they've actually answered. Okay. So getting this address what holds you back. That's where the vote, at the end of the day. Okay. What holds you back? Or what holds you off from doing what you need to do, basically. Gosh, there's a lot in that one card. So, and this is what they say, there's a lot in that one action that you do, that you choose to do. Anyway, okay, I kind of feel like the energy has shifted now, and that's all I need to share with you and want to share with you. So I hope that helps you through this phase, this next 2 or 3, 3 weeks, 4 weeks of April. Going into May, and God bless you all. Keep safe, keep well. Lots of love, peace, harmony, and excitement and adventure. While, now and forever, basically. Okay, God bless you all. The other thing is, if you would like to have a reading or a healing or catch up with in some way or form like that, you can book a reading or a healing with me, and we can sort out if you're going to want to do it during this phase. I do have some, we can, what do you call it, lockdown prices is what I was going to say. Actually, I was just trying to figure out another way of asking Spirit to help me figure out another way of saying that without saying that, But anyway, while we're in this, lockdown, I have some lockdown prices. Okay, cool. Anyway, God bless you. Like I said, and take care until we next see each other again. Bye for now.